Do you ever look at your Canva designs and think, this should work, but it just doesn't feel like me? Or worse, it looks nice, but somehow it still blends in with every other design that you've seen happening in your industry. Today I want to talk about exactly why this happens. And it's not about Canva. It's not even about how aesthetic your graphics are. It is something way deeper. And this one shift might help you actually start creating content that people really remember you for. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to share something that I haven't offered in a while. I'm making myself a little more accessible this season. So if you've been wanting to work with me on your brand, but you weren't quite sure how, you'll want to stick around until the end. But before we dive in, if you're new here, my name is Hunter Myers and I am the face and mind behind Verdure Design Co. I help bold, brilliant founders build magnetic brands that sell with clarity and confidence. And here on this channel, we treat branding a little bit like dating because both require chemistry, commitment, and a killer first impression. Now, before we jump into this topic, I want to put something out there. Canva is not the problem. In fact, no software should ever be the problem for you. They are tools that are meant to work for you as opposed to against you. Now, coming back to Canva, it is a brilliant platform, especially for small teams or founders who want autonomy in their content. But here's the thing, Canva only really works if you have already done the deeper work of building your brand. If you don't have clarity on your positioning, your tone, your visual identity, or your messaging, you're not designing from strategy, you're just redecorating. And I'm so sorry if that stings a little bit, but no template, no matter how beautiful it is, can compensate for a brand that doesn't know who it is. I think a lot of people open Canva hoping to find their brand inside of the templates. But the reality is strategy isn't something that you find. It's something that you need to define before you ever hit that create new design button. Here's the cycle that I often see. You pick a template that feels nice. You switch up the colors to match your mood this week. You tweak the fonts, try something a little more modern. You post it, it still doesn't feel right. And next week you start all over again. That constant tweaking, it feels like creativity, when in reality it is just a lack of direction. And that is exactly where brand strategy comes in. Once you have a clear brand strategy in place, so when you know who you're targeting, you know what they need to see and feel in order to be comfortable enough to buy from you, and you know how you want to blend that with your unique personality, that's when you can go wild in Canva. And you won't keep wasting time overthinking every post. There's no more, does this look good? And instead you start asking, does this look like my brand? And this actually brings me to another thing that I have observed. Some business owners will avoid branding because they fear that it's going to box them in. But in reality, I found the opposite to be true. When you know the why behind your brand, why you sound the way you do, why you choose certain values, why you show up in specific ways, tools like Canva become way easier to use. Templates stop being this maze that you're stuck in and become a really great starting point for consistency. And that consistency is what builds trust. It's what makes people say, oh, I know this brand, I've seen them around. And ideally, what makes them say, I'm ready to buy from them. And if your Canva graphics feel like they're falling flat, chances are the real issue isn't your ability to use the tool. It's that you haven't fully defined what your brand stands for and how that translates verbally and visually. And that is not a Canva thing. That is a clarity thing. Now, the good news is, once you do get that clarity, Canva becomes a tool you can actually trust. Clarity helps you stop designing for just the aesthetics and start designing for the connection it can build between you and your ideal people. Now, if any of this is hitting home and you're realizing, okay, I think I need someone to help me pull these pieces together, I have something just for you. I've just opened up a limited number of spots for me to personally review your Canva designs. So if you've got a design you've been sitting on, a post, a graphic, even a sales slide that just doesn't feel like it's landing, drop the link in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'll be reviewing a few of them in an upcoming video and giving real, also kind, no fluff feedback on what's working and what's missing. Or if you want to work with me more closely to help you build a brand that doesn't rely on guesswork, I also offer brand power hours, which are one-on-one sessions with me where we get really, really clear on what's missing in your brand and what you can do about it. Whether you're DIYing or already working with someone, this session would help you stop guessing and start building something that actually works. You can find all the details in the description below. And if you want more grounded, no fluff takes on branding that actually makes sense, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Tap on the bell icon so you don't miss out on weekly updates. Until next time, see you then.